Keith, brother, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure as always. I'm so excited you're here today.
Big pleasure.
This is the alignment. That's what we're going to call it.
That's what it's going to be.
And pretty much today is I want to go into detail about how you feel after having your first journey, and also how you feel coming. So before you had the journey, and just explain to people listening the changes you experienced and what has it done for you.
It's funny because part of me doesn't want to talk about before the journey. I don't want to go back there, but
I can relate.
the flip side of that is I'm stronger.
Good.
I'm free. And I have more clarity to where I was coming from. So I don't feel bad anymore about where I came from. And so it's actually liberating to be able to sit and open up and talk about where I came from, especially where I am today, a couple of weeks out from our journey. And I'm still going through the motions, still going through different types of emotion and thought processes, which is amazing. I think I mentioned it, sorry to whoever's gonna hear it, but I was telling you when we sat down earlier, canceled on my therapist 3 times now.
Right, yeah, right? Which is amazing.
So and there's nothing wrong with talk therapy. And I used it at a time in my life where I needed to talk to somebody that had knowledge, that was an outsider, and was able to kind of just pull me in and separate some emotions and thoughts and behaviors.
Right.
And it helped, but I would still go to bed at night or get into situations where I wasn't sure how to handle them.
Right.
And I would go on this cycle of feeling good, and then I would get hit, and I wouldn't know how to fix it. And then I would just go right back, and I'd be yearning for that Tuesday call. I need to talk to her because, I need to tell her and I don't know what to do. And then I would get the response. I'd be like, oh yeah, that's great. But then how do I apply it?
Right.
And now, after meeting you, going through that journey, I have the ability to think and have the openness inside of me to sit down and see the situation that I'm faced with. In the last couple of weeks, you're still going to be faced with things. I've been faced with things. And I was able to take a breath and just stop and think about it when I didn't have that strength or ability prior. And I can't tell you what that is.
Right.
I don't know what that is, right? But it's just different now in the way I see situations, right? For work, for friends, for family, just outside in the world we live in, or traffic.
Right. That can
just
be
traffic.
Yeah.
Listen, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I grew up in Manhattan, New York City traffic, and New Jersey traffic, and now here in LA. And before meeting you and going through my journey, I would come and be on the highway in LA, and I would just be freaking out. Like, I live in New York City. Like, how can it get worse? And it's worse.
Right.
And I would just lose myself and ruin trying to get to dinner, and that's kind of who I was before, but it was so different. And now I sit in traffic and I use that time to just sort out things that were going on in my day, sort out where I'm going to and what I need to achieve or need to do. And I'm using the time differently, I'm using the experiences differently. So where I came from, where I am today is like, I don't even know if it's real. It's like, how did I not get this years ago?
Right.
Where was this? Where was I? And you see things like Reiki and breathing and you laugh about it. I'm like, what the hell's taking breaths gonna do for me?
Right.
And now it's like, whoa, what those breaths really can do for you, and what it does for me. It's breathtaking at the same sentence where you talk about taking breaths. It's breathtaking how I've been and where I came from.
I'm glad for you to have had that as an experience and be able to speak on it in that way. As I recall, Well, let me ask you the question. Were you skeptical beforehand?
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. So on one hand, I mean, we see it all.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we grew up in church,
Mm-hmm.
and then that fades away as you grow up. Things change in life, and you go through trials and tribulations, and you challenge God and your faith. But then in recent time, you start hearing about it and seeing about it on the internet, friends, and I'm like, what? Like plants and mushrooms, or I still don't have an understanding, and I'm not going to try to make an understanding of it. But something like that stuff from the earth,
Right.
you put it together, and you talk to someone that has this power and strength, and was given this to help you. There's no way. It's just like these people that go to school for 6 years and then have these designations, and they call themselves, psychiatrists and psychologists. Right? No disrespect. Some of them are amazing and change lives.
Absolutely.
For what you need.
Right.
But yeah, I was skeptical, and I told you, I was trying to go to Peru. I thought it had to be done in some third world country in a jungle. You needed to be in this whole environment where it was created, and anything here. I mean, come on, it's LA, right?
Right.
Everything's fabricated.
Yeah.
Right?
So I agree with you on that.
I'm like, man, what kind of Hollywood stuff is this? Underground Hollywood nonsense. And we talked on the phone. And we talked twice, and I said, this is it. It's gonna go down in LA. I'm not going to Peru. I'm not gonna be in the jungle. And so I was real skeptical. And I'm not gonna lie, I came in and I was like, man, just right the minute I laid down and I was starting to get into my journey, and in my head I said, Keith, you got probably seconds left to get up and get out of this. And I thought I could. I definitely couldn't. Now, looking back in hindsight, but I was laying there and I had my eyes closed and I was just doing the breath work. And you had just started the sound bowl, and I'm like, man, this is funny. This is weird. I gotta get out of here. And I was telling myself that. And then I just said, but something else feels real right in my stomach right now. My stomach has always been my guide, my problem.
I remember you telling me that.
When things were on the horizon, I get a bad stomach.
Right.
And something just felt right. I felt like my body was just grounded to the table. And there was no moving. As much as my mind said, Keith, get up and run, my body wasn't moving. And I'm entirely grateful for my stomach at that point. Because I stayed. And I changed my life.